Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're at the Cryptopolitan. I'm Satoshi Sean. Glad you're here. If it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. We get news reports out to you pretty much every day, and also a weekend report, which is what we're doing today. We're your one-stop shop for all news when it comes to blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. Let's jump right into it. A few things I want to go over today. I really want to give my opinion on a lot of the things in the news that I don't think people are really seeing things for the way that I see them. So I guess that's what I'm going to do. First, we'll head over to the Cryptopolitan where we have all your news and easy to find sections, whether it's Bitcoin news, altcoins, coin analysis, which is updated constantly, scams, events, technology or tech news, as well as blockchain news in general. Bakkt futures has went up. They had a spike of about 800%, which is big. They're still nowhere near what the CME is doing, but they're moving in the right direction. They're bringing money in, which is the way that I've said that I think it would be. I think Bakkt is going to bring a lot of money into the space. It's going to increase the market cap. Everyone expected it to be overnight. It's not going to be. Whether it's going to be bad or it's going to be good, that remains to be seen. There's a lot of things that say it's going to hurt, but you really can't argue that it's not going to bring in a lot of money. This is for institutional investors, which everyone said, oh, they're just waiting in the darkness, just ready to pounce and jump into Bitcoin, which is true. But these are institutional investment firms and holding companies, and I mean, they have a lot of other people's money, billions and trillions. They're not a bunch of teenage girls waiting outside the Apple store to get the new iPhone. They're going to come in at a normal rate, which us in cryptocurrency, a normal rate is today, right now. But it's going to be time. I mean, it just take time. But it's going to be big. It's going to bring in a lot of money. Now, U.S. regulators, they have defined digital asset laws. Basically, they're leaning on any companies that have digital assets. Now, for any under AML laws or anti-money laundering. Now, the thing I think that this could really, I think this could start a shitstorm, basically, because of the ambiguity of what the law says. It says any digital assets need to have them registered. And anyway, they sent out notices to any companies that deal in this. Now, if this goes into basically like in-game currency, video games, other platforms that use digital assets in place of money, or you have to buy their digital assets, and then it's kind of locked onto their into their ecosystem, even like Zenny, stuff like that for different games. If they have to start doing KYC and dealing with AML, I think they're going to give it up. I think that's going to be the end of a lot of these micro purchase games that are free. It's just too much headache, too much regulation for them to deal with, which would be good because a lot of them are very annoying. But also, I think it would push those companies to just start using already kind of regulated cryptocurrencies or wallets or stuff like that, whether it be like hook into, say, like MCO, crypto.com, their card. I just did a review on that on my channel on my Jade card. But you have to go through a KYC in order to have that card, in order to have that crypto. There's a lot of things I think that would be put into place for that level if this reaches to that point, which would just fuel adoption like an insane amount. So hopefully the U.S. federal regulators are shooting themselves in the foot by doing this. That would be amazing and awesome. Speaking of U.S. regulators and shooting themselves in the foot, Libra. Now, I did a report last week. Well, we had a news story last week. And I did a report a couple of days ago on it. that the federal government has been leaning on Libra partners, basically threatening them like a mob style threat, like wouldn't recommend you move ahead with this, or maybe you should think twice. In doing that, of course, PayPal jumped out. Everyone expected that. PayPal's the smallest dog in the fight. I mean, they're huge, but they don't want to mess with the government. Now, MasterCard and Stripe and eBay, they also, everyone got letters, but eBay, MasterCard, and Stripe, they have now bowed out. A lot of people are talking about Libra is not gonna happen now. I think that everything that I've went over about Libra, them moving their headquarters to Switzerland, just from what I'm seeing, I think they're ready to fight the government, all governments. There's a tweet down here I wanted to go over anyway. MasterCard and I think Stripe, one of them, they held out like until it says the 11th hour, so they held out to the end before they backed out. Which, I mean, it's kind of cool or good that these corporations don't see how much power they really do have if they united against the government, because then they would be mega evil corporations that could topple governments, when it really needs to be people that would do that, not mega corporations. But the Libra creator, he says, tweeted, special thanks to Visa and MasterCard for sticking it out to the 11th hour. The pressure has been intense, understatement. So the governments, especially the US government, is really going after these companies. And I respect their decision to wait until there's regulatory clarity for Libra to proceed versus the invoked threats by many on their business. So he's very plainly stating what's going on. Now, I went over and I checked out his page, and there's a second part to this, which, talking about that Libra might be falling apart and that Libra might not happen. He said, I would caution against reading the fate of Libra into this update. Of course, it's not great news in the short term, but in a way, it's liberating. Facebook is getting ready to fight themselves. Stay tuned for more very soon. Change of this magnitude is hard. You know you're onto something when so much pressure builds up. Basically, everyone's scared, so he knows that he knows what's going on. I think it's a really, really good sign. Whether you hate Facebook, Libra, corporate money, not a true cryptocurrency, blah blah, all that, but it's going to continue. It's going to accelerate the collapse. It's going to bring people into crypto. It's going to raise awareness, and it's going to give people an alternative. And from what it looks like they're trying to do, it doesn't look like they're kissing up to governments as much as I thought that they would be. Maybe they are. Maybe it's all a dog and pony show, but it really looks like the central banks and governments are pretty scared of this. All right, and lastly, the IRS is to conduct a survey about cryptocurrencies through U.S. tax forms. So on these year's tax forms coming out, there's going to be a questionnaire about cryptocurrencies on the form. That's a huge thing. It really legitimizes it, and also all of my friends and family who don't think it's legitimate, thinks it's kind of a scam, that's going to be on their tax form. That really pushes it in the faces of no coiners, people who don't know anything and never even heard of Bitcoin. There are people like that a lot. They're going to read that, and then that really lends a lot of credence. I mean, they're, once again, the government's just shooting themselves in the foot by doing this. They want to stop it, but they're really helping it along. I'm Satoshi Sean. That is it for today. It's your weekend report. It's good hanging out with you guys. I'll see you all in the next video.